or domestic flights. Your driver's license or state-issued ID must be a real ID, or you'll need another acceptable form of identification. So don't wait. Find out how to get your real ID at tsa.gov/real ID. That's tsa.gov/real ID. Or visit your local DMV. And then you'll be cleared for takeoff.
How did it go?
In case nobody heard that, T. Curry, Low Nashville, all of our wonderful people that of course I know. It is finally, I think, maybe spring here for a bit. But along with that, as you well know, always comes weather issues for us. And I'm going to talk about that in just a minute. And some other headlines and things going on out there today. How was it out there for you, John?
Not really. Not really. But I could tell that it did a little something maybe overnight, maybe some drizzle.
It'll be, tonight. Yeah, it'll be coming in. So, but I think it's nice that this morning, in terms of temperature, it's not.
It feels good.
Okay, here's how we're looking for us today. And clearly, there is a need for the National Weather Service and NOAA, okay? There is a need. Just in case the people in Washington didn't know, there is a need. And we are just, grateful for the work that they do so we can be local meteorologists, broadcasters can be in concert with them. Get the latest and the absolute greatest up-to-the-minute weather information. And we're just grateful for them. So we can talk today about the showers and thunderstorms. Maybe not. You might get out of church, depends on what your church times are today. But it's going to be mostly cloudy for us today. And it's a really pleasant 76.
That's real good weather. Open the windows in your house.
Yeah, till it starts raining. The winds will be from the south at 10 to 15. And they may gust as high as 25. So those trash cans and stuff blowing around in the yard.
Whatever that means, right? Y'all starting too early with
Our
that.
chance for precipitation
Hey, Janaya.
is about 70%. So it's looking real likely that we'll be seeing that rain a little bit later today. Now, the new rainfall.
What's up? Is that Caleb?
It's supposed to be less than a tenth of an inch. And of course,
Top of the morning to you.
thunderstorms come. And when the thunder rolls.
Open phones. Hopefully, I'm doing well. Hopefully, I can hear.
There might be some possible
What's up,
areas
Denala?
where the water.
We're going to talk about everything this hour.
Didn't seem like
I'm live to the top of the hour.
Just one quick rain, boom, and it's flooded in some neighborhoods. It just appears.
Miss CB, I never call your
They did
name.
not know when they built some of these
You don't know what a slave is.
subdivisions and some
Google
of these
it.
things and places that there were floodplains.
I went to
Did
school
they
for
not have a
this.
plain map back then? You know, it's just, I don't know. I need to ask somebody. Because it just seems, you know, they popping up a lot lately for the last 10 years or so. Been really popping up.
It's amazing how people come on my live and start talking about me.
You had a lot, y'all had a ton of them.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching.
Up there where you live.
That's right.
Recovered now.
Well, yeah, to a degree. It just depends on, these days, the help of, it wouldn't be FEMA, but it would be your local resources, Red Cross. Yeah, but you need help of your local officials, your Red Cross, people like that to help you get back on your feet. Local charities.
Hey, I hate to do this on it. Shut that door. You hear that, ticking? I get sensitive ears. I got sensitive ears. I'm sorry. I'm in the business. I can't help it. I was hearing a noise that we should not be hearing on the air. So, anyway, having said that, I would say just have the umbrella in the car with you and be
That's going to be an engineer fix.
is, but still
Oh, it's not. It's in here.
there. Okay, never mind. You can't shut that door. And here we go. Let's start off another week with technical. It never ends. It never ends. It never
Good morning.
ends.
The early bird gets the
How
worm.
expensive this stuff
What's
is.
up,
It
8024?
never ends. I'm not playing. It never ends.
Thanks for watching.
I'm glad our stuff at home.
Even with your
is-
negative comments, I appreciate you being here because you're on my
It is,
stuff.
we're at 67 right now. And very, very, it's mostly cloudy and overcast and all that, but it's, it's nice weather to get around.
That's right. It is beautiful out.
And, as far as the sky is concerned, it's the way it is, but, it's cloudy, but 67 is cool. We'll work with that. Now, tonight it's
Like,
going to
share,
drop down
subscribe.
to 54, and we're going to have some severe thunderstorms overnight. And those will be the worst kind overnight, because you can't see. And they are definitely worried in the area of the region.
Thank you. Good morning to you as well. What's going on, my brother? Who's that?
States that are in this mix
So, Chase
for
Blaze.
later
Good to
on
see you, bro.
this evening, and we are as well. So, on behalf of those who enjoy weather reports, please restore that organization.
We are going to talk
Please.
about Donald Trump in a little while. We have a lot to get to. This is open
And every
phones.
part of the United States gets something at any point in time. And so 90% overnight tonight, and those are the absolute worst because you just can't tell where things are coming from or going. We're going to cool off just a bit for tomorrow. Still 50% chance for rain. So a couple of days are going to be wet. And 66, that's
Pretty good.
and I see us looking in the 40s for lows. No cooler than that. I got a plant outside. I wanted to get some light. I want to bring it back in. And we're looking at temperature's going to do like a seesaw thing, yeah? The mid 60s, upper 60s, and then we're going to 83. So this whole week is going to be very different weather patterns, but there is a great deal of rain and precipitation in the future for us here. And as they were predicting the other day, I think it was last week when, the level, whatever it was, it's, it didn't even come near us, not me. So, knowing that that's the case depends very much on where you live, north, south, east, or west, whichever way the winds are blowing and where you live as to what situation is, and it could be totally different 10 miles from you. Anyway, now that's what's going on with the weather. And I'm just going to say this right quick, and I don't want to, Mr. Lawson, I don't want this to be a never-ending conversation, okay? All right, you with me?
Most definitely.
How excited do you think this region is about the balls being in the Sweet 16?
Oh, that's all they're going to talk about. This is it right here. I don't know, I don't think they've ever made it this far. Yeah, this is it. Yeah, this is it. This is it. You're going to see so much orange it's just gonna be, yeah, you think it's Florida.
So, or the White House. That was an inside joke. Uh, yeah, the folks are just, beside themselves about this. And the women were there up until, so they did, this year,
Yeah, they got bounced out last night.
a beautiful job. And, both teams have really worked hard to get to these, tournaments and get to these places. And,
I'm proud of Tennessee, I really am. That's our, hey, the only school left in the state, I think, and yeah, that's it.
it is, and that's
Basketball, I mean.
just really is exciting. And I know the Vols fans from all over the place are going to be going cuckoo, literally. And yes, they probably slept in their arms, don't you think?
I would. Yeah. Everybody who went to Tennessee, you're going to see all kinds of posts till they play again. I'm not sure when the Final Four is, but I think it starts real soon.
It does. Well, let's hope they make it through here, and see how things go. Because then what Tennessee would lose its ever-loving mind if they got a national championship. So we shall see. Now, coming up in the 8 o'clock hour,
Happy Sunday.
this guest is
Happy
based
Sunday
out
to
of
you.
the St. Louis, Missouri area. And he is Bishop Jeffrey Dudley Sr. Dr. Dudley is founding and senior pastor of New
January.
Life Christ Church outside of St. Louis. And we'll be chatting with him. He's in the Metro East area of St. Louis. Oh, yes, East St. Louis. And we'll be chatting with him next hour. And he has a new book out entitled Leading Through Storms. And he'll be sharing his story on
Oh, I could think of a pastor going through a storm right now after last week.
yeah, storm and rain. And that what the song is, we made that. He made
Never would have made it. Never would have made it.
ever. But anyway, he's also retired from the Air Force,
Okay.
chaplain there. So we're happy to be talking with him next hour. And this is, of course, on the very topic of leadership. And we shall see what he's got to say then. Starting today's last Sunday, it certainly is.
Yes. The first of the month is Tuesday. Tuesday is the last Sunday in the month.
No fooling. No. Yeah, it is. No fooling for real. It is April Fool's Day, and it is the 1st of April. And April signifies for us the spring fun drive.
Most definitely.
And these are crucial drives that we have, y'all. I know that, I have to say the things that I have to say, but the facts are facts. Can't argue with those. And without you all over the years. And, I don't have a grand total, but I do know from the beginning.
Like,
of
share, and subscribe.
Fundraising in 2005 or 6, the station has raised, just the donations only, over $500,000. Well over. So, we'll keep track of that with institution advancement. And I think you all should be proud of yourselves, because if it had not been for that and the goodness of the Lord, good night, WFSK. It's nice knowing you. Good night. So I will call on you again. And I know as so many people are during this season right now, but we really are going to be bringing it home starting Tuesday, the first day of April, because that is our birthday month. And WFSK is so proud to still be around and to be relevant. Amen. After 53 years, and that is a beautiful thing. Owned and operated by the community, by Historic Fisk University. So we are being blessed bountifully in this city and in this region. And we have global listeners and global friends that love the station dearly. And out-of-town donors as well as our local donors. So we're going to be having that conversation coming up on Tuesday. And let's see what else we got. Oh, the festival's coming. it's a pile. It's a pile of work. It's a pile. After this stuff, when this stuff comes up, I just question my sanity every time. Every time, no matter what the event is, I'm like, you crazy. You must be crazy. But that one is, pretty big. And we know that you all put this in your summer plans on June the 28th.
There's a
And
festival
you never
coming.
come over here yet. You need to. But number one is free, okay? And number two, parking is free. And number three, there's a lot of people out there. You can sit where you want, get your chair, BYOC, bring your own chair. And, food trucks and different things and resources and what have you in the community. And the outstanding entertainment. And this year will be no exception because we're bringing it heavy and bringing it on. And I'll be telling you in the next couple weeks the lineup. So some of these names you're going to be familiar with. Maybe some of them you ain't never heard, but you will. And I just hope that you all put that in your schedules, for goodness sakes. Anyway, I hear the music. That means it's time to take a time out. And we'll be right back. You're listening to What's the 411 with Sharon K.
Want to give your opinion today? The phone lines are open. Give us a call at 329-8810, 329-8810.
What's the 411
Right
with
back.
Sharon K is brought to you by Terry W. Jones, independent agent, State Farm Insurance. Life insurance is one of those subjects that makes people want to change the subject rather than admit they probably don't have enough. That's why State Farm agent Terry W. Jones focuses on how the benefits of life insurance actually live on by asking people to think in terms of life without having to sell the house, insurance, or life without having to give up college, insurance. Find out how the benefits of life insurance can live on for your family. Call State Farm agent Terry W. Jones in Nashville at 615-256-6066 or online at terrywjones.net and put the life back in life insurance.
I was always impressed of his vocal ability.
He could be talking about anybody, including me. Well, maybe not me. That's Greg A. Smith, and this Bailey Baker Blues Week on Blues Time in the City. Greg is talking about who really impresses him. 21's birthday is April 4th, and we're going old school this week with Mud. Join me on Rosine Bailey for Blues Time in the City this week, right here. Catch Blues Time in the City Sundays from 8 to 10 p.m. right here on Jazzy 88.
Keep up with the guests and topics on What's the 411 with Sharon K. Friend us on Facebook and Twitter. Search under Sharon K's 411.
It's What's the 411? Here again, Sharon K.
Alrighty, Nashville. Sharon K is in the house. Mighty glad to be on Jazzy 88 WFSK Historic Biscuit University. And also, please remember, X, do you have any church announcements? I got some.
I will email them to you. We do have our college ministry has a couple of events coming up.
And we shall get them on. And for those of you who out there listening, I do church announcements. I do. Hey, it's serious business for me. I know good and well it's serious for a lot of people because they have fundraisers and they do a host of different things for the community. And they definitely want you all to not only hear it, but maybe to attend some of the things that we hear otherwise. And you can absolutely email them to me. And email however you want to do it. But you can email them to me directly, or you can use our box here. Email address for PSA WFSK at bisc.edu. That's PSA WFSK at bisc.edu. And of course, I'm SK at bisc.edu. And we shall include them. Now, we have one here today. And I imagine I'll get yours shortly. This is coming up Now, this is for the calendar for later on this month, later on in April, as we head toward April, that is coming up. So you may be interested in attending. The New Hope Missionary Baptist Church is having a big deal. They're having an installation of their new pastor, and it's very important. That church, and he is coming from Port Arthur, Texas.
All right, that's where Regina's from, Port Arthur, Texas. Yep.
You know, Albert Moses.
Okay.
Albert Moses up there. So, is it a small town?
Is there a small town in Texas? It's pretty decent size. Yeah, pretty decent. Somewhere between Nashville and Clarksville, somewhere in the middle.
Oh, okay. All right. Like a Murfreesboro.
Yeah, so yeah.
Now, this is a Friday on the 25th of April. This is for the future calendar. There's going to be a welcome banquet at the Ivy Center of Nashville, National City Highway, from 6 to 9.
Good morning, I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. I'm doing fabulous, by the way.
And
How are you doing?
Good stuff now. Get your shinies. And on the 26th.
And by the way, we are live, so you are welcome to call in if you want to. I'll put you on the air if you have something to say that is not only relevant, but also
that's when he gets a vision
not hateful.
for the New Hope Church.
615-329-8810.
Pastor Moses will preach the 11 o'clock service, and it'll be his first one. There are a lot of people curious about it.
That's where?
It's at New Hope Missionary Baptist Church, and you know that's Mr. Taylor's church. And I'm true to my people here. If I get it from the campus, it's on. Okay, it is on. And they are 1303 Hawkins Street. And be sure to put that on your daily.
Do they have a new pastor yet? Did she say?
This is him.
Oh, he is the new pastor. Okay. No, I heard parts of it because I was sending you that church information. I know I heard, yeah. It's just installation service. Okay. Oh.
But the installation service is Saturday, and then Sunday he's going to preach his right.
Okay. Oh, I mean, as pastor. Have you, yeah. He's been here, Reverend, yeah. Yeah.
So the pastor installation.
Well, welcome to Nashville, sir.
So we're having on the round table. So
That's a nice church. Yeah, it's Kings and Saints there. Yeah.
and I enjoyed last week's pastor's round table.
Almost definitely.
The two of us going to have them back because they had good chemistry and good information. And I really appreciated that very much. Them sharing and bringing us their greetings from their churches. And we're both welcome here before.
I think that was their first time, both of them, and their first time meeting. And they hit it off in the green room very well. Yeah. Yeah.
Strange how they just acted like they had known each other for years.
That happens. Yeah.
Does. So, and that helped for the conversation to flow very well. And they were sitting right across from me. It really helps. Now, we got a couple of headlines here this morning. Let me see what I've got. I've got a bit of this and that. So, it's, potpourri today. Okay, it's this, it's that. Anyway, with the furor over Donald Trump officials participating in a Signal chat room discussing an attack on Yemen, with journalists unintentionally invited to listen in, not fading. It's not, that discussion is not fading, and y'all keep it going. Some White House insiders are predicting an ouster in the next couple of weeks. According to one source, they'll stick by him for now, but he'll be gone in a couple of weeks. We shall see. No, midnight, Trump never gone.
The only way that happens is if it stays in the news cycle. That's the only way. Otherwise, yeah.
after, because the man just said that, and all of them just lied like a dog. I'm like, y'all is not.
Let me just say from a person who, a former veteran, that everyone who was in that chain, in that text chain, should have been relieved of their duties, relieved of command, and court-martialed. Because that's what would have happened to any other soldier. Period. Hands down, no questions asked. But all of them, any one of them that were part of that signal chain should have been relieved of their duties and their command and faced UCMJ action. That's what normally happens.
Puppets that he has to have around him in order to back up. Because you know all of them get to say the same lie, and you know whatever he's going to say is deny, lie, and his pattern has been the same.
True.
Actually, what he said, because it's the money. Says and put doubt and conspiracy theories and talk about people like a dog and make them look like they don't know what they're doing. And it's Joe Biden and it's the Democrat. He does the same thing, and each of these people did it too. It's about the immediately Vance, Vice President, rallied to Mr. Walz's side by telling reporters, if you think you're going to force the President of the United States to fire anybody, oh Lord, you've got another thing coming. I'm the Vice President. The honey, look, you can be summoned to the closet of the corner. Just think you can. Remember, who was the last Vice President?
Mike Pence.
Not much. He didn't speak up a lot.
He was a good soldier. I don't mean that in a sense of a positive thing either.
Okay, well, some people are saying he'll be gone in a couple of weeks. After reports about the meeting late, and they went on the Fox, of course, instantaneously, and newsflash.
Because they're not going to be asked the tough questions or follow-up questions on Fox. That's where they go to massage their base. Yeah, massage their base. Yeah, and the base has no common sense. So, I can't say that. They know exactly what's going on, because if you were upset over Hillary Clinton's emails and you saw this story, then that's a common sense story. Everyone knows what a text message is.
That work played Hillary Clinton, knock her up.
Exactly. That's exactly my point.
Expose their audience to anything but crazy conspiracy theories and lie, then that's all they are literally going to know. I gave you an example of this off the air one day when I was talking about somebody I know very well, and when I heard him spouting all this, I'm like, I ain't speaking to you no more. This is absolute crazy.
But it's a cult. That's what I'm saying. It's not that it's a cult, because again, if you understand Hillary Clinton's emails, then you understand that you can't be discussing attack plans and national secrets on a message app. So you give them a pass.
You have the merit, and you're not just there because you're lacking. Okay, you must understand the difference. According to a report from Politico this week, White House Chief of Staff Susan Wiles, and Vice President Vance met with Trump in the Oval Office to counsel him on relieving National Security Advisor Mike Waltz of his duties for including the Atlantic editor-in-chief Jeffrey Goldberg to the participant list, as well as his clumsy defense afterward. It was past clumsy. It was, man, stop lying. Children lie better than you. I mean, you can just look at all guilty. While there are calls, of course, from the Democrats, I've been hearing a lot of them, for Trump to fire Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth for blabbing the details. Blah, 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 blah. He just couldn't, I got a secret. I mean, that's what it was like children, okay? It was just like the kids. I told you don't tell about that party, and you went out there and told everybody. And that's exactly what he did.
They've been doing this.
Had his mama on the channel. I mean, how?
They've been doing this.
The merit is not there. I do not care what folks say. He's in a too big. This is absolutely not. He's not qualified. So Anyway, the Democrats are asking for Trump to fire except for blabbering about the attack in Yemen on Houthi rebels before it happened. It appears that it was Walz, a former GOP houseman. He ought to know better. He ought to know better. Is in the hot seat with Trump. Trump, if he does it, it won't be public. It'll be nice and, they decided they got a better offer somewhere else. We won't hear it like this, the story goes. The report notes that at the meeting, it was proposed that Walz be shown the door. Oh my Lord. But the two people that were in there doing all this, they were on the thing too. They didn't stop any of it. And the chief of staff, she was on it, and the vice president. I mean, all these people none of them said, disconnect, cut this off, don't send it. They just sat there, So they all need to be shown the door at this point, because it does make you nervous in terms of security for our country. We're getting more and more enemies than we've ever had. And people are now having a severe hate of our country that we never had. Canada? Oh, for real, y'all? Seriously? And all the other, some of the other countries around the world. We have people that are angry. And Israel's angry now because they leaked the information that come from them and puts them on the hot seat. So it's like, this is so messy. This is messy boots, baby. This is it. The report said, well, we'll see what happens, because people can say things and they can issue reports and all that, but the action speaks louder than words. There was The Atlantic, which everybody knows about that magazine now, and they know about Jeffrey Dahmer. They know who he is as well. Probably didn't know who he was before. Despite simmering anger directed at the National Security Advisor from inside the White House walls, still has his job after 5 days after The Atlantic first published its explosive story on the Signal chat. I mean, just the thought of doing that. The man who was the most qualified was the one XF let go of, the general, who had been there and had earned the right to be there. And because he was black, he got let go because of DEI, not because he didn't have the skill set. They let the knowledge base just let him go. No, just, bye.
That's why he won't get rid of him, because that would mean that he made a mistake. And that the reason he made the mistake, he doesn't want that to get out. But really, he doesn't care. Let's just be honest. He really doesn't care. He doesn't care what anybody thinks. So that's why I said if I was serving in the military right now, I'd be looking for the exit. I'd be trying to find some way to get out of that contract, some way, somehow. And because that's when you see that especially if you're an enlisted soldier, it's different if you're an officer. But if you're an enlisted service member, you're thinking right now, I'm putting my life on the line for these dudes, for these guys.
Intelligent and so bright and knows the military so well, he should have known better as a defense secretary. He should have known from his training that he said he had when he was in the military. Now, I don't know what kind of training he had. That's what
they don't care. They know there are procedures in place. They're trained before, so they knew this stuff. My thing is that yes, they all knew. They did not care. Yes, and that's why I said, just like you read a few minutes ago, it puts our country at risk. This is why this is what keeps me up at night. Is the fact that these people are outrunning our country, but what most people don't seem to understand is that we stay safe, not because of our military might and all this other kind of stuff, it's because we exchange secrets with other countries. And so right now they're looking at this and they're going, no, I'm sorry. Do y'all remember 9/11? Did you want to blame somebody for intelligence failures and things of that nature? Well, that's what you're looking at now.
it just could come from anywhere. 'Cause we get
Who's going to want to share information with the United States? There it is. There it is. But here's the other thing. If you don't like the president of the United States, and especially if you're a country, we call them shadow governments. For example, there are governments, let's just take, now I'm not going to call any names. There are governments that will pay other entities to do their dirty work and hide in the shadows to bring down this country. And so Yeah. And the only way you can find out this information is if you're the United States, you need somebody to give you credible information. And so right now, all that is at risk, especially if you already had it out for the United States, and if you're an ally of the United States and you don't like dominoes. These are like dominoes.
Them, but nobody's gonna wanna share, because they're going to say, I'm not gonna give,
I don't want my country at risk.
exactly.
I don't want my James Bond people who are out there at risk. I had to pull James Bond in here so people understand what I'm saying here. You got people out here whose jobs it are, who serve in the military of the United States, who are deep undercover all over the world. And Donald Trump had classified documents when he was not president of the United States, living in Florida, all in his bathroom, all over Mar-a-Lago, laying all over the place with the different dignitaries from all over the world, in and out, in and out, in and out. So you look at this Signal, a message app, and then having all these conversations, which I believe was not the first time. That lets you know how exposed this country is.
Well, tell us, and that's why I don't sleep, because you know you're not hearing the facts. Now, let me hit this right quick before we go to break out of Washington. The Defense Secretary's decision to review military standards on combat and physical fitness and appearance opens a Pandora's box of widely differing rules among the services. Here it comes. And it will raise a crucial question, which is, should there be a cookie-cutter approach, or should service differences evolve in special norms, social norms, rather, and recruiting realities? Does that play a role in the policy decisions? I don't know. We're about to find out. The Defense Secretary Hegseth has been very public about his opposition to women in combat jobs. Man, look, okay, women, y'all better spine up, baby. Trying to keep us from doing everything. Lord have mercy, Jesus. And he's believed that the standards were lowered to accommodate women. And he warned there would be reviews to address the issues. I mean, they want to take him out in the back and beat his drawers over him. He needs to shut up. Because them women have been through a lot. And to say that they can't serve this country, and all the women over all the decades and years that have served this country, that's an insult to every single one of them. He is a staunch proponent of making all the standards the same regardless of gender, and military officials are braced for changes as the reviews continue. In a March 12 memo, Hegseth said the Undersecretary for Personnel must gather information on military standards pertaining to physical fitness, body composition, and grooming, which include but is not limited to beards. Hegseth said, we must remain vigilant in maintaining the standards that enable the men and women of our military to protect the American people and our homeland as the world's most lethal and effective fighting force. The effort is seen as a broadside against women absolutely serving on the front lines. And these are the women that have babies, okay? Have a baby, and then they get on the front lines. Let's see you do that, okay? Let's see you do that. Which they have been doing successfully for years and years and years. Hegseth's memo calls for a review of how standards
You can't make this stuff up, can you?
and the impact of those shifts since January 1st of 2015, the year the Defense Department opened all combat jobs to women. And here we are 10 years later, and we have the caveman or cavemen trying to shut us out again. Lord, you better help the women. We need you. This cat is out of control with this thing. And then if he says they don't have the marriage, and the DEI, well, they are, that he calls them DEI hires. I mean,
That's part of the purge.
they have, look, if a woman's ever saved your life in the military or done something to, be there for you on the field or in the battle, then y'all the ones that need to be speaking out about it.
How's Kamala Harris looking to y'all now?
They're not paying no attention.
I'm just saying. Yeah. How is she looking to you now?
Your eggs. These folks have done everything but lower the prices. Okay, let's take a time out and we'll be right back.
Want to give your opinion today? The phone lines are open. Give us a call at 329-8810, 329-8810.
What's the 411 with Sharon Kay is brought to you by Terry W. Jones, independent agent, State Farm Insurance. Life insurance is one of those
I'll be
subjects
live
that makes
for
people want to
another-
change the subject rather than admit they probably don't have enough. That's why State Farm agent Terry W. Jones focuses on
As
how
far
the
as
benefits of life insurance
secrets leading to
actually live
invasion of
on
nuclear
by
codes,
asking
maybe
people
tech
to
wars.
think in terms of life without having to sell the house.
That's interesting.
Insurance. Or life without
Thanks for your
having to
comment.
give up college.
That's real interesting. Tech wars, tech
Find
wars,
out
tech
how
wars.
the benefits of life insurance can live on for your family. Call State Farm agent Terry.
Well, John, did you hear my
Jones
entire
at
comment? I'm not sure where you. I think you. I think we're on the same. I think we are. But in other words, I used the analogy of James Bond because James Bond is a secret agent. So if you remember that Donald Trump had classified secrets all over Mar-a-Lago, just laying all over the place. Other countries knew this. And now that he's back in the Oval Office, if he was careless enough to leave that stuff laying around his bathroom, imagine, and you see that his hand-picked secretaries of defense and all these other individuals are on a group chat discussing plans. How safe do you think the country is? Not safe at all.
On What's the 411 with Sharon Kay. Friend us on
Okay.
Facebook and Twitter. Search under Sharon Kay's 411.
It's What's the 411? Here again, Sharon Kay.
Alrighty, that's clear. Sharon Kay's in the house. Very glad to be on Jazzy 88 WFSK. Did you send me those emails?
I did.
Okay. See, I was reading them.
Yeah. That's interesting. That's good.
But I'm just, so much stuff is irritating, and well, we can't get weary and well doing. All right, we have to continue to be.
We'll never know.
Everything, but also paying attention, and we can't get all tired.
It's classified.
I can't take it. No, you can't take L is what you're saying. You have to be able to take this. If we don't, it's going to be gone. It will absolutely be gone, and I would hate to see our democracy go by the wayside simply because we'll never see it again if it's gone. It's going to be too hard to put Humpty Dumpty back together again. So what I would hope that people stand up for it and continue to stand up. They are having the rallies and get together.
Amen.
Oh, even in
Amen. Because now's the time. Because like I said, we was talking in the office last week that there's no way he's going to sit by and allow Democrats to take back either the House or the Senate, and don't let him get both of them because he'll be impeached. So we're at a crossroads. This is it, America. This is it. This is it. Yeah.
So I just, I really, really don't know how this is going to turn out. And my prayer is
It's going to take his.
us and seeing how we're becoming authoritarian, and you can't in the new administration. You have to be more careful or monitor what you say about Trump, because if you talk about him, he's going to sue.
Or come after you.
If you say anything disparaging, or if you tell the truth about what the administration, anything you do that he feels like you're putting him down, how is he going to monitor 7 billion people in this world? How do you do that? I mean, I know he stays up all night, but how do you know each minute what every single solitary person is saying? You control the media, or in the midst,
Just like Korea, just like Russia.
all the fine arts, control the kiddies. I just heard
You pull resources back.
wanted to, he's shut down the Black History Museum in Washington,
Yep.
with stuff to
Pulling resources and funds.
museums. He's looking at stepping in places where he doesn't belong, and he still had,
Here's the thing that he did that a lot of people are not paying attention to, and that is going after the law firms that had lawsuits against him the past previous years by suing them, but this is yes, but this is why it's more dangerous, because if he comes after you, then it's going to be hard for you, even if you are 100% in the right and you've got all the evidence to prove it, it's going to be hard for you to find a law firm that will defend you or take up your case. So he shuts you down. No. Those in Washington, they've been, I don't know. Because the largest one was unfolded.
Well, they did, and you know, because the fear, like CBS did. I mean,
Exactly. There it is.
thick, and that's what's going on. So next, he wants to control social media, okay? Everything that we're doing exposed to
There it is.
Jews. I'm surprised he hadn't told us what to eat yet, or what's for dinner this afternoon. I mean, it's getting to a point where, you know, you can't have your children at certain kind of public schools. You can't have I mean, literally, he's shutting the door tight
There it is. There it is.
from these people. So I'm gonna take your money, even though it's our tax money. I'm gonna take your money and I'm gonna shut you down. Every single solitary facet. You know, when I heard about the museums and the places of culture, and he wanted to see that change with an executive order, I'm like, Lord have mercy. He done lost his mind. Don't let that happen yet. Now all museums get closed, and people are unable to enjoy themselves in fine arts unless he defines what fine arts is.
And so his supporters, this is why, you know, his supporters, and I said this a couple of months back, and I think it's picked up traction since then. I'm not saying it was because of me, but I'm just saying, Democrat, but I haven't seen it as much here in Tennessee. That if you are a Democrat and you hold a seat, go into some of these ruby red districts and hold some town hall meetings. Do it. I mean, it's like, where are y'all? Where y'all at? Good gracious.
Open door for the Democrats to do it, you know.
That's what I'm saying. Go to some of these places. Y'all, this is the time they should be busy out. We should be getting emails about all kinds of information. But doing what?
And town hall meetings, where you been?
I sat in Ruby Ritz, where those supporters in Tennessee.
They have here in public hearing. This state has never.
That's my point.
We have Marsha Black,
They're doing it in other states.
Haggerty, and we have the cat that keeps, you know, throwing up DEI hires. And I mean, we have all these people.
They're doing it in Florida. They're doing it in South Carolina. They're doing it in North Carolina. Tennessee. I'm like, where y'all at?
State has not had one. Marsha Blackburn has not come out here and asked anybody how they feel about anything. You just accept it and you shut up. They do not want to hear this, nor do any of the rest of them that represent the state. Our state is represented by people that are in a lockstep. They all think the same and do the same. And it's very hard to watch this happen, because people here, if you want to make a statement or say something, they're not going to call it a meeting. That's not happening. That's not happening. It's never happened. I've been living here almost 40 years. I have yet to see it. Okay, I have yet to see it.
The people who are Democratic or independent elected officials, this is your opportunity. If not now, when?
I'm just telling you for the country.
I want to see the press releases so we can talk about that. Yeah, because I haven't seen any. I haven't seen any nowhere.
I will tell you, I have seen, and not in this state. Well, I think in Franklin they had a protest against Elon Musk, but and they had one here, a couple here in Nashville about Social Security.
The only thing I've seen out of Tennessee is what we saw on the news with what's his name, the representative out of Memphis who got into it over the gun bill, Justin Pearson. Other than that, you know.
Not read everything online. Multiple sources is how you're going to get the what's up with it.
I'll be looking.
I mean, you have to. Things are happening, and people.
Because they'll want my vote, and I know some of these cats who run. I'm gonna say this to them. I'm gonna say, why am I voting for you as a Democrat? Where have you been? You know what? Tell me what you've been doing these past couple of months while all these shenanigans have been going on, because you've been mighty silent.
Agree with that. I'm sorry. I don't agree with that, and I don't agree with beating up the Democrats.
I'm not beating them up. I'm questioning them. No, I'm questioning them. That's what I do.
Anybody that is speaking, you know, in the media and just, you know, commentators, whatever, they're beating the heck out of them. But when the Republicans had to do that, when they lost and their red wave happened, they weren't getting a severe beat down like this.
How is it beating them down though?
longer we sit there and trash our own stuff, is the longer we're never gonna have any strength. If we're the ones sitting there saying, we ain't this, we ain't, I mean, we are being so negative about ourselves, instead of looking, so I'm optimistic.
So we shouldn't question those individuals that are in office? Okay.
Call their office, call,
We do.
hold on.
There is, I'm not gonna call up, how long we've been trying to get certain individuals on here who are busy, because I'm not talking about Republicans.
Look, I know,
Yeah, busy. We've been trying to do this since Black History, even before Black History Month. Busy. But they're in office.
the person that's in office is not going to be responsive. Because we know someone over, and I think I know what you said. That has, I don't know what happens to the cops. I don't know.
Oh no, you saw the emails back and forth. In the oh, I'm so sorry. Okay. Okay.
You in Nashville. Shut up. Now let me move on now.
All right.
Because you're about to accidentally run out some information like that. We just keep that in-house. Anyway, I got a couple more things before Bishop Dudley, or Dr. Bishop Dudley. On the campaign trail, Donald Trump used contentiousness around transgender people access to sports and bathrooms to fire up conservative voters and sway undecided. And in his first month back in office, he has pushed the issue even further, erasing mention of transgender people on government websites and passports, and trying to remove them from the military. It's a contradiction of numbers that reveals a deep cultural divide. Transgender people make up less than 1% of the U.S. population. Less than 1%, okay? That means that he is just using them as he uses other people. Let's get people riled up. They're still American citizens. For transgender people and their allies, along with several judges who have ruled against Trump in response to legal challenges, it's a matter of civil rights for a small group. But many Americans believe those rights have grown too expansive. But they're American citizens. They pay taxes. They vote. They all could have voted for some of them. I don't know. But I mean, for people to trash others like that's a bad sign, because you're going to have people turning, yeah, that big. Or the black boogeyman. Anytime anything goes wrong, it's the black people that did it. I mean, that's been happening to us for years. The President's Spotlight is giving Monday's Transgender Day of Visibility a different tenor this year. The spokesperson, Rachel Crandall Crocker, says what he needs is to scare us into being visible again, and that's basically what's happening.
We ain't doing it.
Director of Transgender Michigan, who organized the first day of visibility 16 years ago. We have to show him we aren't going back. So why has this small population found itself with such an outsized role in American politics? That would be the question. How and why? Less than 1% of the population. Now y'all are just really out of control in this country. Less than 1%, and you are going to lose your ever-loving mind trying to get these people.
Culture wars. They think that, and that's what it's all about. It's not about a better way of living.
That's what it is. This is Nashville, a high-end cocktail lounge infused
Oh yeah, I saw that. Okay, yeah.
to make its mark on Nashville. Still Gin, G-I-N, by Dre and Snoop, is set to open on April 4th, which is what, Friday? I bet down
Yeah, yes it is.
in the heart of Music City,
More packed.
bringing a fresh alternative to the district's country heavy nightlife. Well, that's going to be interesting, quite interesting. Partnering with Nashville Live, the iconic hip-hop duo is crafting an experience that blends their signature style with the city's vibrant energy. Housed in a 4-story historic building, the lounge promises an elevated take on nightlife. Elevated down with your bad self, combining Southern soul with the unmistakable essence of Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg's California roots. Unlike the many country-themed bars bearing the names of Nashville's biggest stars, Still Gin offers a different soundscape. Guests can expect a steady rotation of hip-hop, R&B.
I knew it.
They ain't gonna do country. We got plenty of that.
Give me some of that money.
DJs and performances amplifying the atmosphere. Now, for those that want to have some liquid libations, the cocktail menu reflects the duo's refined yet rebellious spirit. Signature drinks include the Platinum Negroni, the Bee's Knees, and the OGOF. Oh, Lord. And the Nashville Nightcap. Lord, that mercy. It's only getting drunker. Blends top shelf ingredients with a bold twist, mirroring the innovation that has defined Dre and Snoop's decades-long careers and money-making careers. Nashville's celebrity-backed bar scene is expanding way past country. Way, okay? With recent additions like John Bon Jovi's J Bar, catering to rock fans. Still Gin continues the trend, offering a new distinction for party goers seeking a different flavor in the Broadway nightlife. And we get questions about people when they come to town all the time. You know, what are black people doing downtown? You know, good question. We'd like to know. Dre and Snoop are no strangers to the spirits industry. You know, Snoop got some pretty decent wine tasting.
Okay.
Last year, they introduced Gin and Juice by Dre and Snoop, a canned cocktail inspired by their 1994 classic. In October, they followed up with the ultra premium Still Gin, further solidifying their influence in the liquor space, and they're making tons of money.
There's so much trouble in the LBC. It's hard to be a Snoop double.
Seen alongside country music artist Ernest, so he's already in crowd. In January, the two teased an upcoming collaboration, fittingly titled Getting Gone, and Still Gin prepares to open its doors. The fusion of hip-hop and country continues to take shape, proving that Nashville's music scene is evolving in an unexpected and exciting way. So will Nashville embrace that? Well, what will happen downtown? We shall see what happens. And also, I've been keeping an eye on when we're going to get our Shaq chicken. I've been waiting for him.
Shaq?
He's supposed to open her chicken. And that he's talked about this for 2 years. And it is still not open yet. What's taking so long with a big chicken to get open? Because we want to have it, we want to taste it, we want to see what it's all about. So we'll be happy to have Shaq in his chicken place as soon as he opens it. So come on, son, bring that big chicken and man's video. This is where the chicken wars happen. It's this city right here. Absolutely. So you'll have Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, and Shaq all in chicken, and then go downtown and get your Still Gins on. Anyway, let's take a time out, and we'll be right back. What's that 411 with Shadow K?
88.1 WFSK FM, Fisk University, Nashville.
Thank you all for joining me live. That's it. See you again next Sunday. Or whenever I come back on.
Agent, State Farm Insurance. Life insurance is one of those subjects that makes people want to change the subject.